Hello. So, my name is the Dr. 11, as I go, and welcome to the Doctor Who Episode 1 Series 9 review. Now, I am sorry that it is late. Let me just cross it off. I am sorry that it is late, but that's not my fault. It's because last night when Doctor Who was on, I was babysitting. I didn't get back till really late, so I didn't have time to babysit. All day yesterday I was out with friends, so yeah. So, last night, Doctor Who Series 9 premiered. Now, what do we have about it? Hang on a minute, because it's annoying me. So, Doctor Who Series 9. Well, first of all, right, I must say, spoiler alert, because from now, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of spoilers. I think. So, here we go. First of all, there's a war at the start. We've got this big opening war. Yes, we had an idea that it could have been the war of the Daleks before they became the Daleks. And we see a child. And the Doctor's about to save him. And then we find out that the child is Davros. Yes. The child was Davros. And I literally just went... Even though I kind of already had the idea, because I already kind of knew that it was Davros, because I'd heard the rumour, but I was buzzing. I'm telling you, I've never been so happy when I've seen it. And then, it was just so good. And then obviously little bits of things happened. And then you get to see Davros again, like the Davros we saw Davros in the little Dalek chair. You get to see him. Oh my god, I was just there like... And yes. And then, next thing we know, the skies of Earth are frozen. Clara realises someone's wanting her. Unit call her. Then she goes to meet up with Missy. And Missy kills a load of the men in black. I don't know why she kills them. She just kills them. Now Missy in this episode, oh wow. Oh my god, she was so good tonight, last night. Michelle Gomez just literally is probably one of my favourite takes on the Master, to be fair. And I really like the way she plays the Master, and I like the fact if you get the Master right, they are enemies, they're friends in a way, which is obviously why the Doctor's will, right? The Doctor's will was sent to Missy. And it's on the will. I don't know what's on the will, but do you guys have any suggestions about what could actually be in the Doctor's will and what it actually says on it? If you do, just comment them below. So yeah. Now obviously then we get to see the Daleks, all the Daleks, Special Weapons Dalek, the 2005 Daleks, the Red Supreme Dalek, Black Dalek Sec. Yes, Black Dalek Sec, ladies and gentlemen, was there too. So you got Dalek Sec, you've got all the 1963 classic ones from Dalek, I think it was called. I don't know. I haven't seen old episodes. The TARDIS, the Special Weapons Dalek, which looks so good. You got the Red Imperial, no, Supreme Dalek even. Is it Supreme one? Yeah, Supreme. Which were all, it was just so good. And then they exterminated Missy. The Daleks exterminated Missy, but they've got either this is a new extermination effect when you see like the skull of the extermination, you know, like the skeleton with the blue and then red around it, because it did it for Missy, and then it did it for Clara as well, which yeah. So technically, Missy and Clara died, but I don't think they're dead. Although I never saw them at Next Time trailer, but I don't think they're dead yet. I don't think Clara's dead yet, anyway, and I don't think Missy is either. I think they'll be back, definitely. Master's faked their death hundreds of times, The Master's not dead. To be fair, I think that red light around the blue was actually then being teleported away by someone, like Missy, getting herself away and then getting Clara away. And that's what I think happened. And obviously we start off with all these planets, and we're looking for, there's this guy, I forgot what he's called now, but it's Colony Saf, and they're looking for the Doctor, and it's like, where is the Doctor? And then later on, right, he goes to this. It's a bit like the party that we saw Captain Jack in with Alonso. It's a bit like that, and we get to see loads of monsters that we haven't seen for ages in Doctor Who. For the start, right, the Ood were there, the Hath were there, which was what made my day for that. I was just like, yes. And there was even a guy in the corner. You know, in a town called Mercer, they had that little like thing across his face, like I don't know, some sort of like what you do if you were going to group something together. He had it on the side of his face there. Well, there was a guy in the corner, and he tilted his head, and you could see that he had it, which they were like that were there as well. But I liked the fact that they went back to all those monsters, because I thought I did that sort of Star Wars thing, which I think was sort of Doctor Who trying to nod towards Star Wars coming out in December. But I don't know, which I can't wait for Star Wars. But anyway, this is Doctor Who. There were loads of comedy in it. Loved the comedy. The Doctor comes back in the tank with that Viking guy about to fight him, playing his guitar. The Doctor's pretty good at playing guitar. And then, you know, he lets them all meet Clara. Which Clara sort of, I think she foreshadowed something. Because when she walks up to the Doctor, she looks at him and goes, all this, which one of us is dying? And then obviously the Doctor hugs her and went, oh, it's a good way to hide your face. And then obviously the snake guy comes in, and the Colony Saf, and his face turns, which the visual effects were amazing. His face turns around, and the next thing you know, his cloak's dropping. He's got all his snakes, and the cloak's keeping all his snakes together, and his snakes come out, and then there's a big snake, like a basilisk, and it's talking human. I was like, whoa, what is this, Doctor in the Chamber of Secrets? You know, the Doctor's got Parselton. Oh, but yeah, the Doctor was talking to a snake, which I really like the fact that I think they sort of added a bit of an Easter egg there to Harry Potter, which was really good. It worked. I'd like to see the Colony Staff return, to be fair. They were good. But yeah, that's enough on the Colony Staff. So the Doctor, you know, he throws his Sonic at Davros, and then next thing we know, we see Davros with the Doctor says he's got rid of his Sonic. Like, the Doctor cannot get rid of his Sonic. Have they actually got rid of the Sonic? Or here's a thing, will the Doctor get a new Sonic in episode 3 after the Witch is Familiar, which episode 3 is called the Underwater Base, isn't it? And there's going to be a lot of doors to get unlocked there, so I think the Doctor's going to need a new Sonic for that episode, which I'd like to see the Doctor get a new Sonic, actually. The Doctor needs a new Sonic, really. You know, we've had that one since Matt Smith, you know what I mean? It's changed, and he renewed it to the same model. Same model, different show. You know what I mean? Yeah, something like that. So yeah, so I think he'll definitely get a new Sonic soon. I think it's time to change from this I think it's time to go from this to something bigger, something better, a better design. But yeah, so when the Daleks, after they've killed, you know, Missy and Clara, they destroy the TARDIS, which I guess it kind of is just like, oh yeah, you know, this is it. We're gonna blow it up. We're gonna get rid of your TARDIS, which is obviously so that the TARDIS will come back with the new interior that they've designed it with, you know, with all the Randall things. Because I didn't think they'd have just switched it between seasons, you know, they had to do something in an episode to make it change, really. Now, one thing I did like is that when the Doctor confronts Davros in his, like, health support thing, because he's dying, apparently, and he has to face Davros one last time, Davros shows clips, and in a way, all the Doctors return. I mean, yes, it's in found footage, like they did with the 50th anniversary, but I'm so glad they did, and I think that was sort of their nod to the 10th anniversary special in a way, because obviously they didn't do aught for it, so I think that was them sort of nodding, here you go, Doctors from the past, which I'm glad they didn't sort of make a big deal out of it, they just sort of put it there in the background, but it was a really good thing to do. The visual effects in this episode, not only were the snakes good, but, you know, you had the floating hospital that wasn't an hospital, that was actually a planet, and then it turned out they went on Skyro, and the space, when they were walking in space, but the one that went on the ground, the planet went invisible. Skyro, we got to see Skyro and the Dalek City, we got to see the Skyro War, which I just loved it. There's some really good stuff there. And then obviously the music in this episode was so good. I've never heard music that good in my life before. I really liked the way the music sort of tweaked, like when the child goes, Davros, my name's Davros, and the music sort of goes doo-doo, as the camera sort of zooms in on Peter Capaldi, and then we cut to the titles, which have sort of been tweaked. The titles now were sort of more blue, and they've got sort of a blue fog over them at the start, which I liked. I liked their titles, which they were good, to be honest. So yeah, now episode 2. Episode 2 is called The Witch is Familiar, and this is the one. This is part 2 of the first one, so the Doctor's going to get rid of Daleks. I can't remember what looks like that's happened, so what I'll do is I'm going to do a breakdown of the trailer for it, but I'm going to do the one that they released. I'm going to do the one they released on the BBC YouTube channel, because it looks better, to be honest. Not the Next Time trailer. The official TV trailer, because it has a look from.
Are you ready, Doctor?
It does sort of a thing. It has a shot from like a past episode of Doctor Who. So the trailer opens. We have the Doctor stood closer to us. We have obviously little place where Davros is now living. You have Davros behind the Doctor in his little chair.
Are you ready, Doctor?
Davros says, "Are you ready, Doctor?" And then we get a shot of the Doctor's hand about to grab something. Then we see all the Daleks flying out of the Dalek City. And the Doctor then has a regeneration hand as he grabs a pipe. Is the 12th Doctor leaving in a shock episode? Or don't we know yet? Nah, I think it'll be sort of a like he does with the hand thing. And then we see Davros saying something to the Doctor. Are you ready to feel the heartbeat of every Dalek on Skyro? and then we see several shots of the Daleks, and then we see a shocked Doctor just like with his ears died now a little bit high, and then we see the Doctor running through corridors, you know, like the ones from the original Dalek episode, but with a modern Dalek, and then it shows a clip from the end of episode 1 with the Doctor having the Dalek gun, and it's just like exterminate at the end, and then it cuts to Doctor Who logo
on BBC One,
which was good. But that's the official TV trailer. Now for the next time trailer. So the next time trailer says next time. Imagine. So you got the Doctor, and then you've got the Daleks, and imagine holding the heartbeat of every Dalek on Skyra. You've got the Doctor on some sort of stairs with some sort of things. You've got the Doctor looking a bit shocked, and you've got the Doctor diving in black and white. And I think Davros sort of tries to possess the Doctor a little bit, but I don't think it works. One other thing I'd just like to bring up, whatever happened to Doctor Who Extra? I mean, they've kind of done it, but they've only done like 2 short clips. There isn't like the full 10-minute series anymore. Like, why? I liked that. What have they done? Like, where is it? I fucking want to see it now. Alright, I want to see it. That's a good boy. But yeah, thanks for watching my review of The Magician's Apprentice, and I'll see you next week for The Witch's Familiar. Goodbye.